right. I said it already in the short. I'm just gonna own up to it. I was off code. I was off code. Okay? I got my new Soul Fangs by Dell. I got excited. I threw on a hoodie. I didn't realize the hoodie was a Nike hoodie. I take full accountability. Drag me. I accept the drag. Sometimes you gotta let yourself get dragged because you're off code. I was off code. But what it did do, it has inspired the message for the morning. You gotta be on code. You got to be on code. Big up to all my subscribers. Press like to Earth, Wind, Fire, and Spirit. Good to see everybody. God bless you. Good morning. This is it's a really pivotal moment for me. Just to include you in my business. I'm getting a lot of new opportunities now. So the current gig I have, I need gas. The current gig I have, it's a good opportunity. I'm an educator, for those who don't know, but I've received a director position in another big firm, which is fantastic. And so when I come back from Chicago, I come back to Chicago to a new scenario that is a life changer. Just so, just wanted to let you guys know. And I wanted to show it like this, that sometimes if you do it for the right reasons, God will find a way to bless you. If you do it for the right reasons, God will find a way to bless you. So that's a transition that's going to happen for me. That's amazing. But being on code, this is a very important thing. And I am guilty. I am the first. I take first accountability. Being on code is very important when you're having a movement. And everybody, I guess, can fall back into old habits, old ways, just because we've developed a lifestyle of doing what we're doing, wearing what we're wearing, watching what we're watching, saying what we're saying. And I think it's extremely important that people like myself especially take great accountability for being on code. And what does it mean to be on code? It's a new term for me too, FYI. It's a new term for me too. It's really a term that I picked up from you folks. It's not something that I really came up with. But being on code essentially is, for my determination, because this is my verbiage, this is my slang warfare. It's basically being in line with your messaging and representing what you're supposed to represent in a serious way, and in a I gotta be careful with my words, because yesterday I said a word and people were like, not even people, one person used my word, but in a very strategic, uniform way. I'll say it like that better, right? Be it on code, gotta be on code. So coming to the shores of Chicago tomorrow, I get out of Dodge and I head down to Chicago on a little tour of family business. As we mentioned, I will be mentioning that also throughout the day. I'll be mentioning that tomorrow. You'll be seeing me fly out and everything like that. Also, this live is brought to you by Adonai Skincare. Adonai Skincare. I linked you to the community page, and I want you guys to go take a look. Don't just take a look, buy something. Adonai, I hope I'm saying it right. Adonai Skincare. She's on my community page. Great supporter, great lady. She's got a lot of stuff on her Instagram, so I linked her Instagram. You can go on her Instagram. She's got her number, her website. She's got her products there. Adonai Skincare. This is your Kodak moment. Adonai Skincare. Please go down, check my community page, and check out Adonai Skincare. Also, don't forget, Miss Helen, jotitdown.com. Don't write it down, jot it down. That's right, jotitdown.com. My other brother, Al Katandi, I don't say his name properly. He's on my community page too. He has a spice line of different spices. Please check him out too on my community page. They're just updating everything. My back end, I gotta get her a nickname. It's like, I want to call it like Batgirl, but Bat back end. I don't know what to call it. But she's going to be updating everything to the community page, all the WIN people, as your information comes in. She's supposed to be updating it to the back page, but she's got a lot of stuff to do too because I got her quite busy. So, but that's her priority right now. She's the one who built out the store, and she's doing all the back end stuff. I just talk into a phone and drive my car. That's basically all I do. So I just want us to again move to number one, always be on code. But this is what a movement is made of. A movement is also made of, and you ain't gonna like my terminology, and I am not afraid of you ninjas. A movement is made up of the threat of reprisal. You understand what I'm saying? A movement absent of the threat, that's right. For all of you soft-hearted people, all of you people will watch the movement from your television screens. You have to have the threat of reprisal, meaning your movement has to have teeth and force behind it for it to be a movement, right? Part of the problem of the civil rights movement was that it was a movement of people deciding that they were simply going to get beat and do nothing about it. And so they used what they referred to as non-violent methods to fight their movement. Now, there is ways that we can utilize non-violent methods, and one of the greatest ways is boycotts. Now, a boycott for the Black community, when it comes to individuals who we are having discussions about, namely a Zionist Jewish community that is aggressive towards Black people, how do you boycott individuals who basically have their hands in everything? You almost would be boycotting yourself. It's very difficult to boycott people that have been so interwoven into your life that you need them to live. You need their products. You wear their products. You watch their television stations. Everything about them. I should have taken another route. Everything about them is intertwined in you. So a boycott is a very difficult thing. This is why the Montgomery boycott was hard, because you boycott a bus, how do you get to work, right? And that's why some of the things they don't discuss with the Montgomery boycott was that the simple pragmatic aspects of that. People needed to take buses to go places, and they came up with other methods. They came up with I believe they had a ride program. People were driving their cars, all these kind of things, right? So if you want to pick apart that word, yes. I don't believe boycotts are really aggressive enough to get your point across. All right? So what kind of reprisal are you talking about, Brereton? Are you telling us to go and get arms and fight? No, I'm not. I'm telling you to do things that have absolutely much more power than something simply as a boycott. And let me give you some examples, right? Let me show you how to fight properly. Let me show you how to be aggressive properly, okay? Lawsuits. Good friend of mine, we spoke last night. And there's a couple of armies that I think the Black community requires. We need an army of money. We need an army of foot soldiers, but this last one is big. You need an army of lawyers. You need an army of lawyers, okay? In America, there are legal organizations that will aggressively go after government, aggressively go after policy. You need an army of lawyers. The Anti-Defamation League, okay, has committed defamation on the Black community. What do? You aggressively go after them legally. You go after what they are doing as their praxis of business. You go after the fact that they are in bed with the U.S. government. You go after the fact that they are investigating faith groups and that is a breach of your charter rights. You go after the fact that they are an insurgency into organizations that they have posted, that they have said they have gone and been subversive, digging up information without a judge's order. They are operating as an extension of government. They are breaking charter rights. You must go after them legally with an army of lawyers. Very aggressive. Very, very, very aggressive. Okay? I think, I'm gonna go up this way. I think one of the best things the civil rights movement did, which to me is a much better thing than simply a boycott, was they did sit-ins. What is a sit-in? And for those young people who don't understand what those terminologies are. A sit-in is when you basically show up to a business that is not treating you properly, and you stay there. You stay there. You tie it up. Sit down, put your feet up, and say, we ain't moving. You do sit-ins. Those boys in the Barclays Center, those Hebrew Israelite brothers who went down there and marched, they could have done a sit-in. They literally could have tied up all traffic going in and out of the Barclays Center prior to Kyrie scenario. They literally could have said, we're going to walk down the middle of the street with 2,000, 5,000 people and just stand here. Nobody's going to this game tonight. There's no game happening tonight. If you get into this game, you better walk, but you won't be driving. Those are sit-ins, right? They're not just simple marches and you march. I don't even agree with the whole marching thing. I think the marching thing is just a parade. It's just a parade. I think black people have marched for so long, right? It does not affect the bottom line. When you go down and sit down in folks' business, when you go down and tie up every elevator in the office building because you got 1,000 people sitting there in the foyer and no one's going up and down, oh, you're going to get a meeting. You're going to get a meeting. You will get a meeting. So there's things in respect to what a movement can do that are absolutely non-violent, okay? Because I know that's where some people, when my critics, the thing what I do with critics, I give them no air. They're going to just have to talk and talk and talk, right? I know they came back this morning. They're going to have to talk and talk and talk. I'm not going to give people air because I will not back down from what I know what to do. Because some folks you've never put together a demonstration. I have. And I had results. So I'm not talking theoretically. Y'all can talk theoretically all you want. Okay? I know how to do it. And I'm going to do it. If you help me. Man, I hope I'm going the right way. Every day I go the wrong way to school. So I'm not watching where I'm going. Listen. The next portion of a movement is the information sharing. And this is extremely important. This is where this started, actually. This started in an information sharing, and I want to show you how aggressive that is. One of the greatest, I think, fears of the Jewish community is to be told that their ancestry is invalid. Preach about being successful, preach about being... Rockful Sam, you want to tell me what to preach about, bro? Teach people how to make the best for themselves. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm teaching black people, people of color, people of ethnicity, to break the yoke around their neck by communities that have been fed, force-fed, and become fat on their backs. That's what I'm doing. And anybody who doesn't want to help us do that, you're part of the problem. Successful. Did you just say successful? Show me a successful slave, my brother. Show me what a successful slave looks like. Does he look like Kanye West? What does he look like? Does he look like Kyrie Irving? What does a successful slave look like? Does he look like LeBron James? Nah, brother. You know what success is? Success is the ability to prosper continually in this life and the next. Can I say it to you again? Put it on a t-shirt. Success is the ability to prosper continually in this life and the next. That's what success looks like. Success is being able to tell the man who stood on your neck that I will break your foot the next time you lift it. That's success. That's success. Success is being able to look somebody in the face and say, you owe me 400 years of reparations, and I will take my payment now. That's success. Success isn't letting you get away with the sins of your forefathers and walk around in the privilege of today while you tell me, why don't you teach people how to be successful? Don't try that with me, baby. Don't try it with me, man. Don't try it with me when systematic racism still has black people at the bottom of the food chain in America. Don't tell it to me when the average black man with a degree makes $41,000 a year in America. Don't tell it to me when the average black woman makes $40,000 a year in America. Don't tell it to me when 1% of corporate Canada is made up by black men, and 50% of that 1% are homosexuals. So a heterosexual black man who has a degree, who's qualified, has a 0.5% chance to access corporate Canada. Don't tell it to me, brother. You go tell that to somebody else, because I know what success looks like. It doesn't look like systemic racism. I know what success looks like. I come from a country where people that look like me run the country. That's what success looks like. Success looks like governance that speaks for you, courts that speaks for you. I know what success looks like. Don't tell me to go teach people how to be successful. I'm telling them how. I'm telling them how to be successful. You know how they're being successful? They're being successful by tearing down institutions that have been targeting them. They're being successful by silencing people who have the bully pulpit, who are able to sit on national television and point to black communities, point to black faith groups, point to black entertainers, point to black celebrities, and call them names when they themselves are guilty as hell. That's what success looks like, my brother. Success looks like that. Success looks like the ability to tell people who have been taking advantage of you that I remember, that I'm not going to fall asleep. So you can write until your fingers fall off, my brother. But I know what success looks like, and I will tell it forever. I will tell it. I will tell it longer than you will have breath to tell it. Okay? I will wake up out of my grave and tell it over and over again. You don't have any capacity to tell us what success looks like. You don't know what success looks like. Do you know who ran the world for most of the last 15,000 years of civilization? That's what success looks like. You know who created most of the mainstream religions? Do you know who created science? Who created architecture, math, Pythagoras theorem? Who was that? That's what success looks like, brother. Not to be railroaded by a bunch of individuals whose greatest contribution to society is warfare. Your greatest contribution, the greatest contribution to society is warfare. The Germanic tribes, thank you very much. The Roman tribes, thank you very much. Even the British, the greatest contribution you have to society is warfare. The Portuguese conquistador, the Spanish armadas that came to the New World, your greatest contribution was disease. Don't talk to us. Don't talk to us. We've been building civilization when most of y'all were eating meat raw. Don't talk to us. I know what success looks like, my brother. Do you? I know how to teach success. It is a return to a place where individuals had power over their own things. Do you know what the nation of Congo? Do you know the nation of Congo, the richest nation in the world? Do you know that Congo had an aristocracy? That Congo had kings and queens in Congo until the 1400s, when the Portuguese showed up with disease and they said, whoa, these black men here, oh my God, they're resistant to our diseases that we've been spreading all over the world. They're not dying by smallpox when we arrive like everybody else. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to destabilize their aristocracy. We're going to make sure that we make that place an anarchy state. The richest place in the world is now the poorest place in the world because individuals like you said, why don't you teach them how to be successful? Get out of here, brother. You're talking to the wrong man. You're talking to the wrong, I'm an educated slave. That's it. You're talking to the wrong Negro. You're talking to the wrong field nigga. I run away. Okay? I don't stay there and say, wow, why don't we learn how to be successful in Master's house? No. How about we take Master's house and make it our own? Didn't we build it? Didn't we feed him? Didn't we do the crops? You know what? This is our house now. Squatters' rights. You know what we did in Trinidad and Tobago? Trinidad and Tobago has something called squatters' rights. It means that if you sit on the land long enough, if you develop the land long enough, and the actual owner doesn't develop it, then you own it too. America, black men in America, you've got squatters' rights. You've got ownership rights. You want to be successful? Learn the laws of the land and have an army of lawyers. So I'm going to teach them that. And when I teach them that, then you can come and talk to me. But until they learn that lesson, I don't want to hear nothing any of you turncoats got to say to me, baby. I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing. I raised my kids and told them this their entire life. Why are you getting an education? So I can get a good job? No, you're not getting an education so you can get a good job. You're getting an education so you can have ideas, so your ideas can work for you, and you will not have to work for people, but your ideas will work for you. You want to kill ideas by telling people be successful. You want to kill ideas by telling people go out and earn pictures that have white men's faces on them and call it success. No, those pictures with white men's faces that you call money is not success to me, because it won't carry me into the next life. And you can give the black community a whole bunch of money, but you give them no power. You give them no concept of their ancestry, no capacity to retell their history. They will still be slaves. You're talking to the wrong man this morning, bro. I'm not even looking at. Dell is doing all of you harm, man. I don't know. Good. I'm going to harm the black community so much that they will succeed in the way that you have never imagined. That's the harm. Because you know what? You are looking at a community of people who have survived the Middle Passage, who have survived 10 million of Congolese being killed, who have survived coming out of Egypt, who have survived overthrowing governments in their own countries, in Haiti, in the Caribbean. We've survived all that. Tell us, what can harm us? What can harm us? What can harm us? You know what Malcolm was wrong about? Let me tell you what Malcolm was wrong about. He said it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. A nation of millions can't hold us back. That's what he was wrong about. He should have said it takes a nation of millions to try. That's what he should have said. To try to hold us back. We can't be held back. We can't. You take a generation of people and you tell them, you're not allowed to teach yourselves how to read. You're not allowed to teach yourself, you're illiterate. You know what you do? In one generation, you make people lose their history. In one generation when you do that. But we didn't lose it. We should be gone. We should be destroyed. There should have been a genocide, like Argentina, how Argentina erased every black person in Argentina. They genocide every black. Why do you think there's no blacks in Argentina? They killed them all. It should have been a genocide, but we're still here. So you go and tell everybody that I'm doing them harm, okay? I'm teaching people how to stand up and finally get what they deserve. And they won't have to lift up a gun to do it. They don't got to sell drugs on the corner to do it. They don't got to rap and call women's B words, and they don't got to call their men N words to be successful. They don't got to put a bunch of gold in their teeth to do it. That's what you want. They don't got to bounce a ball to do it. They don't got to catch a ball to do it. You guys go have a good day. This is Del K. Brereton coming to shores near you. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe.